You already know that I'm into gear, right? Coffee gear. And as you can see, audio gear to film these videos and these audio version, whatnot. But one thing that struck me about certain things is that nice shit matters. I recently got a mic arm. This is the mic arm, as you can see right now. And it's pretty cool. I've been eyeing it for almost a year, and I finally decided to pull the plug. It's a lot more expensive than the last one that I got. The last one works fine. I'm using it for another setup. However, look at this. Look. Look at that. Moves. In, out, out, in. You move it and it stays. The other one doesn't do that. This one, it's really cool. It's really cool. And here's the thing. When we think about coffee, we think about things that we need in order to make coffee. A lot of times we're wondering if we truly, really need it. Most times we don't. It's just a nice thing to have. But after many, many years of experiencing different types of coffee gear, rental gear in general, I realized that for the most part, not every time, if you buy something nice, it does something to you. Does it make the coffee better? No, but you think it does. And it's pretty interesting because if you think about it, we have coffee grounds, we have water, and we have some pouring mechanism to pour that water. We wait for a couple of minutes. We have our various techniques for whenever we want to do something. And then we drink our coffee. And then we go on with our day. But just looking at this mic arm and what it does for me and how easy it is to maneuver and to do things, the other arm does that too. But it does it better. And I think that's where we're at with a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to like coffee gear. I will probably never get like a origami. I don't know. But as you see back there, I have so many different brewers out there. And for the most part, I'm not going to lie, they do the same thing. You're going to taste more so the same coffee. Different degrees of variations. It's cool to play around with different things. But as I look at this mic arm and see what it does for me instantly, there's many pieces in my arsenal of my coffee gear that has done that too. And it's a fellow kettle, like their pro version. I don't know why everybody feels that they need to throw around pro on everything. I do think it's Fellow's probably best item. The grinder's no slouch either. A story for another day. However, as soon as I got this actual particular kettle, which is right here, I'll demonstrate it for you, I realized that I made a really good decision. Here's the kettle right here. It's nice handle. It has a point to where you can hold it with one hand, or you can do that thing where you hold it, you put your middle in there to kind of like give it some balance. I don't know why people do that. Whatever. And the spout is extremely legendary. That's the thing that makes this whole thing work. This is just a simple top. I think it fits about 900 grams of water or milliliters of water. Same thing. It feels good. It's nicely balanced so I can hold it with one hand and pour with precision. Or any variable that I want, or I can kind of just let it come out really slow or fast. I have the Hario kettle back there, and I thought that was the best kettle, which it is up there. You put water in there, and then after you put water in there, the spout is extremely slow and precision base is nice. But after I got this kettle, I rarely even use that one. I use it for demonstrations when I'm out teaching people about coffee in different places around town. But other than that, this is my pride and joy. I had a regular kettle, a Bonavita, for a very long time. I actually still have it. Luckily enough, I do have a decent amount of bases. I think I'm down to like 1 or 2 bases. But the thing about it is that it worked. It had no problems. I had no problems brewing coffee. Were my coffees that came out of it spectacular? Yeah, they were good. Some of them were shit. Same thing to this one right here. But something about the little details that you see in things, you start to understand why it is what it is. Is it worth $250? Probably not. I'll tell you the truth. Probably not. But I did pay for it. And I am using it. And the things that it can do, like this arm, when you lift it and it stays, or if it can move it this way and it stays, just those couple things makes it that much better. It makes the experience cool. It makes the experience something that I really truly like a lot. And one of the things that I didn't think that was a big deal between my Bonavita gooseneck dripper. I'm surprised PETA hasn't gotten us on the gooseneck, calling it gooseneck. But I guess we're not killing anything, but whatever. Is that when you put the actual kettle back on to the vessel, that's all it does, right? You have to push the button again in order for it to hold. It does a whole variable thing. We don't know which one's more accurate than the other. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, what this fellow Stag Pro kettle does when you put it right back onto the top, it holds it automatically for, I believe, 30 minutes, or I think it go up to an hour at the temperature that you want to. With the Bonavita kettle, I usually kept it at one set temperature. You can change it. It's not hard to change. It's a kettle. But it was a lot more work compared to this fellow kettle. This fellow kettle, Pro, Stag, whatever it's called. It's not a brewer. I was about to say that. Kettle promotes you to change, to explore different temperatures because the dial is so easy to use. I don't know really what the app does. I used it the first time. I think it kind of worked, but it's there for you if you want to change one or two things. But for the most part, it does everything really well. and it does the things that you may have a gripe with with other kettles. Spectacular things that you didn't think that you would need. I guess what I'm saying here really is that if something costs a lot of money, question it, right? Think it through. Wonder why it is that way. Look at what you have already. See if it's actually usable or the little bits of betterness is what you need. Sometimes it's very incremental, like this kettle. It is truly incremental. However, the experience in the brewing of the experience and the act of brewing coffee is better and it excites you, then sometimes that's the reason why you would get something. But again, it is expensive. If you have something that works, it looks cool, it does exactly what you want to, you're allowed to pour as fast or as slow as you want to. The little things that I'm talking about, it's really cool. They are really cool. Something that, I just saw online and I read about it and I kept on thinking about if I need it or not. And I just went ahead and got it. And the main reason is because I wanted to separate the distilled water, third wave water from the other kettle. I know, first world problems. So I went ahead and got another kettle in order for me to have that type of situation for myself. But it's nice. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty cool. Has it messed up a couple times? Yeah. I just turned it off and on. Does it seem like it's overworking sometimes? Like the Bonavita has done many times, where I had to throw away the base plate a lot of times? It hasn't done that, at least not yet, in almost a year of use. This kettle just works. It's pretty. It's awesome looking. It's easy to use. It's balanced perfectly. You put it back on the base. It keeps that temperature and it holds it. It gives you the want to change temperatures whenever you want to explore. Those couple of things make it cool. And like I said, you don't have to do that. I didn't have to get another arm. I could have got the exact same arm for a lot cheaper. But something about it working, doing the things that it does for me, that's a pretty cool place to be. And if you like nice shit, buy it. But you don't have to make great coffee. You really don't. But I do want to bring up my experience with things because I am a person who believes that the most important thing that you need is some really good beans and imagination and drive to just want to make good coffee with whatever gear that you have. But this is nice. This arm is nice. So take it how you will. This is OK at Everyday Beans, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.